Hello and welcome to a new video. Today we're gonna take a look at a very interesting team. We're going to have both of the biggest tanks in the Go Battle League in one team here together. Both the Bastion as well, of course, as our Carbink here. And we're running a different fast move on our Carbink, and you're going to see here already why. Tackle is going to be neutral as a face-up against fighting type Pokemon, going to allow it to also generate more energy. So as a face-up, Tackle is definitely the way to go, because it's going to be better neutral. And also going to allow you now to farm down something like the Medicham without even shielding. And again, this is not an XL variant of Carbink, this is actually a very, very bad Carbink here. And you see already how strong this Pokemon can be. It is absolutely insane. Honestly, this Pokemon was so much better as Say-Sop in my opinion than I thought it would be. And we have some very interesting games here as well coming up. We're going to, of course, have here now the Bastion against these Charizard, and at this point of time I think my opponent can just click the forfeit button there, good game there, and we can take a look at the next one. We're going to have here the lead of Trevenant, which does make sense kinda in a lot of ways, because Pokemon will be able to deal with those water type Pokemon that you don't want to face with your backline, as well also going to be able to deal with the Medicham quite easily. But there's still some issues with this team, which, yeah, maybe you actually kind of want to have your own Medicham in the lead or something like the Deoxys defense instead. Because the Alolan Sandslash is going to be very difficult to deal with, because it's going to be able to do super effective damage against all your Pokemon. So as soon as you're going to face this Pokemon, it's going to be a tricky one, as my opponent going to make a great play here, keeping the Azumarill with the energy alive, allowing us to go for one Stone Edge here still, and they can swap out and try to go for the Seed Bomb in time, and they are forced to shield this move up here right now if they want to keep their energy. And they do want to keep their energy, allowing us to shield up as well, and it's going to be actually a Sludge Wave, which is something that I didn't really expect too much here, but I'm going to now go ahead and use a second shield here as well against the opponent, as they're going to also be shieldless. I will be able to farm them all the way down, and in comes now this Skarmory, allowing us to go for another charge move here, but we just have to get rid of the Azumarill and we should be totally fine here, and we're gonna see the Azumarill coming in, and like this, the Skarmory is forced to beat up our Carbink here, and we're gonna swap in there as well right now, and we're going to basically demolish the opponent as they're going to now forfeit their game. Let's take a look at the next game here. We're going to have the Trevenant against a Bastion in the lead. There's going to be a neutral lead, kinda. We really want to get some damage onto the Bastion here right now, because Carbink can take the hits from the opponent, but doesn't really deal too much damage back against a Bastion. But as you're going to see here right now, Tackle actually is going to be also beneficial for this matchup. While it's double resisted, it's still going to do some neutral damage, as you're going to get out the Superior, which is really bad for us, but we can go ahead and go for one Moonblast here already. That's going to get some damage onto the opponent, and I expect them to have another Grass type Pokemon in the back, to be fair. Let's see what they're going to have here. They're going to go for the Frenzy Plant. I'm going to be forced to go into my Bastion in order to get some energy of this Superior. Should have most likely waited out a little bit longer, so I could have swapped out into my other Pokemon there in the back with my Trevenant, because I would have been able to survive those Frenzy Plants a little bit easier. But they're actually going to have a Medicham in the back, and now it's going to be a bait game. If I'm going to be able to get both baits correctly, I should be able to win this game here, and let's take a look if we can do this. We're going to bait here again because they need the damage with the fast move against me. But they're going to call the second one, which is going to win them the game, because now my health is too low on my Trevenant. I don't have shields, like I do have shields here, but they can just farm me all the way down and it doesn't really matter. Of course, they're going to shield up the harder hitting Seed Bomb there, and I had to go for another Seed Bomb afterwards in order to have a chance to win this game. Like this, there was nothing we can do. Speaking of nothing we can do, also here we're going to have a lead that's going to be horrible, but we can swap in our Carbink, and Carbink gonna get out the opponent's Medicham. And like this team really works out well. Going to be able to get the attack drop as well, which is going to make this matchup even better for the Carbink. The Psychic does not do a lot of damage here, and we're going to be able to also survive this Ice Punch coming through. This is not a Psychic at all, and now I'm going to be able to get either a second shield here with my Carbink, or going to be able to realign my Pokemon, and I'm gonna get the second shield and another attack drop. I've never seen this happening from my side, I only get it always against me. But this was just a 1% chance to get a double debuff with Moonblast here right now, which is kind of funny to see. Ice Punch coming through, we're going to do no damage thanks to the debuffs now, and I will be able to swap out against the opponent and still have a Pokemon in the back. And like this is going to be a good game. The opponent has nothing they can do here anymore. The Lickitung is going to maybe do some damage with Power Whip, but we have our shields, and you see already at this point of time, this game is over. There is literally nothing they can do. Let's take a look at the next opponent. We're going to have the Trevenant against the Noctowl again. Not ideal, but we can swap out now into the Carbink, and we're going to get out the Swampert here. This is really bad for us, but we can take one charge move here. We can definitely take a Hydro Cannon from a Swampert without a doubt here. Is he going to be able to go for our Moonblast, and this is going to actually hit the opponent. And at this point of time, I see the health of the opponent was like, I should be able to realign. And as long as they have something in the back that I can kind of beat with my Trevenant, I should be okay here. Let's take a look at this. We're going to be able to get some energy here as well, and we're going to get the Sableye. That's going to be a very close one. I can go for one Rock Slide here already, and we're going to get the shield from the opponent. I can go for another one to get them even lower. Now we are one shield down, but also we're going to be able to align ourselves. And this is going to be very, very crucial for this game here right now. As we're gonna get out the opponent's foul play from the Sableye, going to still survive it and swap out now into my Bastion. They can go for another foul play. They have definitely even more energy here. We definitely have to take another foul play from the opponent before they can swap out here really. And they're gonna go for it right now. Now they're energy dry, and now it depends if we can now knock out the opponent's Noctowl. We had half health, the opponent still has a shield left, but we have also some energy. And I think as soon as we're gonna get to another Stone Edge, we might be fine here of winning this game. But I wasn't keeping track on the energy of the opponent's Noctowl. I didn't really think about the energy. And honestly, I think if I went for one more fast move here and didn't give the opponent a free fast move, I might have been able to win this game. But like this, they actually already have the Shadow Ball. They can knock out my, my Bastion there. And honestly, I would have been able to win the game if I just went straight into my Trevenant after the charge move of my Bastion, because I would have actually been able to knock them out even with one fast move of the Trevenant. So I threw the game here myself. Actually nearly came back from a complete hard counter game, which is kind of funny. So yeah, honestly, kind of sad that I threw it at the end by myself. That it was definitely unfortunate. Yeah, next opponent, we're gonna get out the Swampert again. This time around, we're gonna get a shield advantage. And that's also everything that I'm going to take out of this matchup. I'm totally fine with this, as I can now realign my Trevenant against the opponent. And I'm most likely not going to, actually be able to just go straight for my Seed Bomb here. This is totally fine for me. This is going to knock out the opponent's Swampert with all the energy they have. And I must say, show swapped out earlier here already, but the Galvantula is coming through and I'm going to be able to swap out into my Bastion. In comes now a Lantern. This is going to be a tough one. We're gonna take super effective damage from the opponent's Surf here, of course, and they can take those moves fairly easily because Lantern is a very bulky Pokemon, as you might know. We're gonna get this Surf onto us, and let's take a look here. They're gonna go for another one. Can we still reach another Stone Edge? We have to reach another Stone Edge. That's the only way of winning this game here, I feel like, and we can't. And this is going to be a tricky one now, because the opponent, of course, has still the other Pokemon in the back. I need to get the energy here. The opponent goes for a Surf here, which is, I guess, ideal for me. But now the opponent can go into their Galvantula and they get the move off already. I don't know if I can outspeed them. I basically have to go for one more fast move here and hope that the next Seed Bomb is only 3 fast moves away, because I'm fairly certain that I'm going to lose CMP against the opponent here. And it was exactly 3 fast moves away, allowing us to go for another Seed Bomb. This is going to knock them out, even though that's not really, because it's resistant as well, debuffed. And now I just have to hope and pray that I survive the Surf here. And I barely do, and I'll win this game with a Trevenant. A very good game there. Horrific need for us. We're going to stay in for a little bit because I kind of want to try to catch a move here from the opponent onto my Carbink. But this does not work out at all. And now we're going to have the Azumarill against us. And this is not really ideal for us either. But we will be able to go ahead and go for some Moonblast against the opponent here as well. And we have to see what we can do here. We're going to get the Hydro Pump onto us, which is not ideal at all. But I will be able to go for another Rock Slide here against the opponent. And like this, I will get some more damage onto them, putting them into Seed Bomb range. I have a Seed Bomb stored, but it's still going to be a tough match to come back from. Let's take a look at this one. We're going to get the Seed Bomb on them and we're going to knock them out. And I can swap out onto the Sableye, but in comes now a Trevenant. And usually Trevenant can win this matchup in the 2-shield scenario. So this is going to be a very, very tough one. They can go ahead and go for the Shadow Balls as well here, and we can try to, of course, you're gonna get all the shields with a Flamethrower for sure. but they can outspeed me for sure. Like, they're going to just outspeed me the entire time. My only hope here at this point of time is that I can go for this charge move and try to swap out into my Trevenant and force them to throw. And I can just barely swap out here. They can and they have to throw here. And like this, the energy from the opponent's Trevenant should be dry. Now it's all down to my Bastion against Sableye with half of their health and one smackdown away of death. What's called Trevenant there. It's going to be a close one though. We're going to already be very low. I have to outspeed them now for the Stone Edge, and we don't. And like this is going to be a good game again. Very close one, but again also you have to always think that my Carbink will be way stronger in around 3 weeks hopefully. Because I'm gonna be at the Go Fest in London and they're going to be spawning in quests there, so I'm most likely gonna get all the quests, going to try to catch them all with the Mega 3 boost here for candies, as well as try to trade them all while I'm in London, so that's definitely going to be my main priority, getting all the Carbinks here to try to get the best one possible for Great League. I'm already at around 40 XL King just from walking it, which is really nice. If you didn't know, by the way, I saw like some confusion how I get this with like only around 100 kilometers that I walked with it. A, Puffin, and B, you have to have a Pokemon at around level 35 and higher in order to get the maximum amount of rare candies from, yeah, walking them. That's why I also powered up my Carbink, by the way, even though it has horrible IVs, of course, also for content, but also just to get those XL candy a little bit easier. Just a note here, if you didn't know this, try if you want to get XL candy by walking, they should be above level 35. Let's take a look here. We're going to be able to knock out the Medicham here, but we're going to have still the Toxapex against us. I kind of want to keep the energy, and we're going to have a horrible matchup in the back again. We're kind of getting locked in here into matchups that I really don't want to be in the entire time for this video, but we're going to see that they're going to go for the bait, of course, and this is going to be fairly okay for me. I don't know if I could have done this a little bit better here. They're going to take this Flamethrower pretty easily. And honestly, my play here is to let this move go through and farm him down with my Trevenant. This is, I think, my best play here. No, actually going to go for my charge move with the Trevenant. I know that the opponent's Toxapex is a charge move, so I kind of think that's the best option for me. I have to hope that one Shadow Ball is enough from this range. It's going to be close here. Let's see, it doesn't knock them out. It does not knock them out, and we're sadly going to lose this game here as well. Very close one, and again, a horrible lead. Honestly, I don't think I had really decent lead, like in general matchups for me here, but as you're going to see right now, the Umbreon is coming in. Going to go for the foul play onto my Carbink, which doesn't do damage, and we're gonna get out the Medicham again. So we can definitely get a shield advantage here, and this is the cool thing about Carbink, especially with Tackle. I think Tackle is better than Rock Throw, to be fair. Just the extra energy gain plus the 1-turn fast move is just going to be better than 2-turn fast moves, to be fair. And you're gonna see that we can realign. This is going to be Nice Punch. We can easily survive this, and this is not an XL variant, so like it's going to be even stronger as soon as we're gonna be able to build the level 50 variant. It is a wild how strong this Pokemon can be, and we see the Medicham coming in right now. We can still go for one Rock Slide here and at least get some damage onto them. And now we're gonna get out the Umbreon into our Bastion, and this is going to be the matchup of the tanks. There is literally nothing the opponent can really do here to hurt me with their Umbreon. I expect them to try to just, yeah, basically stall for time here, as this is going to allow them then later on to swap out into their Medicham there. But here like this, we're going to be able to go for a Stone Edge and gonna get them low. Bastion always wins this matchup, usually at least as far as I know. As you're going to see their foul play coming through, they can swap out very soon, so I'm going to predict this and go for the Flamethrower here onto the Medicham, because the opponent didn't expect this one at all. Like this, I can swap out into my Trevenant. I didn't know if this was a Rock Slide, I didn't count the energy, so I just went ahead and go for a Shield. It might have been just a cross jump in terms of the energy range as well, but I didn't really want to risk it because I have so much energy here that I'm going to be able to punish the opponent's Umbreon here for sure, and gonna get both shields from the opponent, allowing us to win in this final game without a doubt here. I can just let this move go through here. And this is going to be it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed the video for the 2 biggest tanks in the Open Great League. If you did, please leave a like on the video and subscribe already. There are 2 videos on the screen right now. One is about the new Pokemon Komala. Definitely check this one out, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.